Nice.
Hello.
Hi, Joel.
How are you, Mia?
I am great. I'm impressed with our fancy footwork. I love that you did this countdown clock. We're having
Getting
fun, aren't we?
fancy. Yeah, we had so many people. Like we've got friends notifying people. We had like hundreds of people say they're in, that they wanted to be notified. And so we've got people behind the scenes notifying people that we're live, and here we are, we're live.
We have Jordan on our team who's here, so you'll be answering questions as well. Joe is here. Hey, Joe from Phoenix.
Hey, Joe.
He always has
He's a
some fun
regular.
comments for us.
Yeah.
It's right. Let me pop this in here. We're going to start off with our housekeeping for the day. If this is the first time you've joined us and you would really like for your name and your little picture to show up like this, see how Susan shows up? Hi, Susan. You can go over to streamyard.com/Facebook, give it permission. That's the only thing you'll give it permission to do is show your face and your name, and that's it. And you're going to want that because why, Joel? What do we do each week?
Well, we give away a travel savings card, $100 travel savings card, and we'll give a couple away just for fun during the webinar, just to reinforce some stuff we're talking about. And at the end, we'll have a random drawing to one of our commenters. We love participation. It helps us. It helps you. Keeps it lively. So comment away. Let us know where you're from. Give answers to questions. Give feedback. And we'll have a random drawing at the end of today's live stream.
It's so complimentary, this travel savings card, to what we're going to talk about, because then you can use your little card when you go on the trips that we're going to talk about. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued every week because I'm here and I'm learning as well. Right. So yeah, that's what's great is what we're going to talk about this. Yeah. Buy one, get one free for the next 2 years. It's amazing. Let me say hi to a few more people. It's we have Patricia from, these are going so fast, Joel. This is what you get when you start inviting everybody. Like, I can't even keep up with these. It's for Inland Empire. Nice. Phoenix. Nice
Inland.
to see everybody. Hi, Rick. Yep. Good to see you too. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So keep shouting yourselves out. The more that you comment. Heather's here from Denver, where we are. Sunny, warm Denver on November 29th. It's a little crazy, but we're gonna
2 days ago.
Yeah, it snowed 2 days
Sunny
ago.
and warm today.
Yes. Paula, good to see you too. All the people are here. Lisa. All right. Are you ready? We have a lot to talk about. And do we have a guest coming in later today, or is that a surprise? Because I just let the cat out of the bag. Oops, my bad.
Yeah, so we've got someone who's had the companion pass. And yeah, he's going to hop on. His name is Eric. And yeah, he's going to hop on probably about a half hour after we get through kind of the how-to and the basics of this promotion. We've got a lot of our members who are already companion pass members, and some people are going to be renewing this year. Other people are new to it. So Eric's going to just hop on. He's one of our lounge members, and he's going to share his experience so far as a companion pass owner. So
that sounds great. So we'll keep popping in names as we go, but you take it away because we have a lot to cover today.
Cool.
Look at that. There you go.
So yeah, keep the comments coming. At the end, we will, or during and at the end, we'll have a few of these giveaways. So we'll talk about more of that later. So Southwest Companion Pass. Some people know about this. Other people don't. Other people think it's just like a one-off thing for a trip. When you play your cards right, this can basically mean a free companion pass anywhere that Southwest flies. And there are no restrictions to this. The only restriction is there has to be a seat on the plane. But basically, anytime you book a flight, you get to take a companion for free or just the cost of taxes. All domestic flights are the same in the 50 states. So it's $5.60, whether you're flying to Omaha, Nebraska or Anchorage, Alaska. So, and then, farther away, international trips to Caribbean, to Mexico, to Costa Rica, to Turks and Caicos are anywhere from, they're mostly like $40 to $90 for the companion. And those are taxes that, death and taxes.
Right.
Only things certain in life.
That's right.
So got to pay your taxes, but it's a pretty good deal.
I love this. I would love to do that, but I don't really have a companion. Don't let that stop you. Absolutely not.
Nothing wrong with a travel buddy.
That's right. That's right. That's a great distinction, though. That 560 is for domestic travel.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So, and then, and it's good. So here's the key, and this is why this is an important topic and not just a blog post. Very, very important that this is done. This is timed right. We're gonna come back to that, but the deal is you get the companion pass for the remainder of the current year and all of the following year after that. So you don't want to earn that companion pass at the end of any given year. You want to earn it as early as possible. So now is the perfect time to plan that, because if you get started, you could theoretically time this perfectly and earn it in early January. Again, you don't want to earn it at the end of December, because you'll get the end of 2021, which is a few weeks. So, and again, the cool thing is this includes Mexico, Hawaii. One of our lounge experts just did Inside Jagut Lounge just last week, 2 weeks ago. She did what we call blueprints. So when any of our experts take ridiculously cheap vacations, they document the whole thing. They do a blueprint. And basically, Stephanie documented how she took a $6,000 vacation, stayed at a $800 a night resort, flew their round trip. She used their companion pass. They did not use a lot of points. They bought some points, and they paid cash for a lot of stuff, but they basically took a $6,000 vacation, including car rental, including hotel, including food and flights, for under $2,000. And she documented that whole process. Those are what we have, like 6 or 8 blueprints of trips inside the lounge, where we just say, here's the trip I took. Here's how you can go do the same thing.
So, Joel, I'm going to jump in because we have a lot more viewers this week, and they may not know what the lounge is. I have typed interested here at the bottom. The lounge is our travel coaching program, but talk a little bit more about that, because clearly with these blueprints, that's a deep dive. I mean, that's so much value. It's good. It's overwhelmingly good.
So here in the village, this is the free version of our coaching program. We show up weekly. We share tips and tricks. And they're pretty much that. They're tips and tricks that you can kind of put together to save 80, 90% on your travels. So if you have a $5,000 a year travel budget, you can apply the tips and tricks that we teach just like this and turn that into 500 or 1,000 for this exact same trip.
Right.
The lounge is a paid coaching program, and that dives deeper into everything. We dive deeper into companion pass, into luxury travel, into first class flights, into all-inclusive resorts, all of that stuff. And with our paid group, you can take a $5,000 a year travel budget and multiply that into a 10 to 50,000 value. And that's, first class flights, 5-star resorts, lie flat seats, private suites on planes, overwater bungalows, etc.
Oh, those are my favorite. I can't wait to experience those too. So yes, that's what we do in the lounge, but we are going to dive in, and we have a lot of comments. I'm appreciating that there's a lot of people that are just talking about their own experiences. They're asking questions, but we're going to get through this and then I'll pop some in there. Plus we have, I think, 4 or 5 of our experts in here that will be answering questions too. So
yeah,
thanks for going over that for us.
So yeah, let's talk about the easy layup, Southwest Companion Pass. They're making it especially easy to go and get, and that's what we're sharing today. Why today? Because this promotion ends next week. It's very important that you start now, and then you time it, and then you finish after the first of the year. Very important timing. So let's talk more about that. But yeah, in a nutshell, Stephanie used her companion pass. She used some other things that we teach, and she documented her Hawaii trip. Now, a lot of comments. This is like almost as heated a debate as what mask, no mask. Some people hate Southwest. Some people hate Frontier or Spirit, and that's fine. But before you write that off, let's talk about some of the intangibles that come with this companion pass and having that companion pass in your tool belt. Now, before we do that, let's have a savings card giveaway.
Ooh, dang, you were jumping in. All right.
Jumping right in. So, first to answer, How much are taxes and fees for your companion on domestic flights for a round trip flight?
I have such short
First to
attention
answer.
span. I would almost miss this, but I am hosting the show, and I don't count. Ooh, I don't know who this
Almost
is.
there.
But
Almost there.
we do have. There we go.
Well, I see several answers. But
yes, you
round
do.
trip. So I see lots of answers for people who paid attention.
I do too. Now we're not.
I might have to give a little help here. Here we go. Facebook user 1120. Okay. So 560 times 2. It's 560 per one way.
Oh, yeah.
So since it was such an easy question, I thought I'd make it a little bit of a trick question.
You're a stinker, and I like it. I'm here for you trick questioning us. And we're not going to be able to, but some of them we can't pull up that. So we'll let you know. We'll get you that card. We promise.
The first to comment, 1120. Good job.
Yeah.
And that's for all domestic flights with companion pass. That was fun.
That was fun. Woo.
So let's get back to before you write off Southwest. This is an amazing tool, not just for domestic flights, not just for visiting friends and family, but for what are called positioning flights. Okay. This is a huge concept. If you want to fly in business or first class, you really want to know about positioning flights. And what a positioning flight is let's say you live in Denver. Well, most people look for Denver to Paris or Denver to Mexico City or Denver to wherever. But a positioning flight is, there are hundreds of other airports that might have far better deals. And those deals change daily because that's what we teach. That's why we teach watch every day. But sometimes you might stumble across, a first class flight that's 10 grand out of Denver and only $1,000 out of New York. Or it might be 300,000 points out of Denver, or it might not even be available out of Denver, and it's only 80,000 points out of Miami. So the key is get those rare commodities. Just snatch up that Miami to Barcelona flight that's only 90,000 points round trip, and then use a positioning flight to get yourself there. And Southwest, especially when you have the companion pass, is a great way to do that. So you get to book that $8 or $10 or $5,000 round trip first class flight, and you just got to get yourself to Miami or New York or Boston or LA or wherever. This is a huge concept that most people don't even realize exists. They're like, I can't ever find first class flights. Well, that's probably just because you're just looking out of your home airport. But what's the value of being able to take the long portion of the flight, the one that crosses the ocean that's 8 or 10 or 15 hours long in lie flat business class seats? Would that be worth the extra couple hours and the extra couple $100 to get yourself to another airport? So again, before you write off Southwest as I refuse to fly Southwest, consider it an ends to a means or a means to an end that will get you those valuable long haul flights that other people are paying $5,000 and $10,000 per person for, and you can get them for under $1,000, or you can get them for $150. For example,
Joel, let me pop this in here because somebody said Southwest doesn't have first class or business, but you're talking about positioning in general.
Correct.
Exactly. So
use
just
Southwest
to
to get yourself to an airport where you can find a first class flight for less than what most people are going to pay for their coach seat.
Yes. Oh, I know what this picture is of, by the way.
Yes. And when I say, $150 flights, this is what my family and I are doing. My kids are graduating high school, so I figured, hey, what better way to celebrate it than fly to Europe with a plane with a bar on it?
Yes, please.
My daughter will still be drinking, virgin pina coladas, but we get to do it in a bar 30,000 feet in the sky.
So cool.
So again, you're absolutely right. Southwest has no first class, but if it can get you to Miami where you can get first class for literally less than what most people will pay for their coach seat, is it worth, grunting it out for a few hours to get yourself to Miami?
Exactly. I love the flip of the mind switch on that too. Instead of paying so much just to say, I'm going to start where my hometown is and fly out. And then it just blows your budget. Absolutely.
And this is one of several concepts that we teach. We have dozens of master classes, and one of them is entitled Horseshoes, Hand Grenades, and Travel. And the whole philosophy is like, get yourself close enough. So get yourself get yourself to Europe in first class, but from Miami, and then just get yourself there. So close enough counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and travel.
It does. I love this comment. We like Southwest 2 free bags and flexibility to change plans without losing the money you've paid.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very true. And you did make a great point. It's Southwest and some of these airlines, very polarizing. So thanks for sticking it out and learning about it. Even if you thought, for those of you out there, even if you thought, no, thanks.
Right. Sometimes, it's just a means to an end. So other perks, one-way arbitrage. I just used this last week. Remember, I was talking about booking 4 trips in a weekend, and one of them took longer than the other 3 combined. The other 3 combined were 2 first-class trips, another work trip, and then a for fun trip. And finally, one-way arbitrage is what saved the day. Basically, flights were like $500, which is obscene for me. I never pay anywhere near that, not even for first class. And this was for some coach flights. We ended up switching, going into a different destination, and Southwest, especially having a Southwest Companion Pass, gives you extra options. And one-way arbitrage is another class we teach inside the lounge, where if you just can't find anything and you don't have points, sometimes just something as simple as instead of looking at round trip flights, look up one way. And in this case, one way was $59. The other way was $500. So round trip was showing up as $550, which is stupid expensive to Austin, Texas from Denver. And it's like, no way, I'm not going to do that. And I wasn't wanting to, I could have gone for free, but I didn't want to waste a lot of points because we like saving them for big bougie first class flights.
Was that your trip last week? If y'all tuned in last week, was that the one that was just giving you heartburn? No, that was but that was specific for friends that, you really were kind of boxed in on the date and the location. Right. Gotcha. Yep. Okay.
And so if you have a companion pass, sometimes you can look it up and you can remember, oh yeah, Joel told me to look up one way. If you're not finding anything round trip, just change it to one way. And if it's a $500 flight, simple math will tell you whether one-way arbitrage will work, because you can just change it to one way. And if it's much less than $250, well, then one way is much cheaper than the other. So I did that, and it was literally $59 one way and $500 the other. So guess what I did? I booked the $59 outbound. I then went on Southwest and found a $200 return. So I cut my cost in half by just having that. Now, we don't have the companion pass because we're waiting to renew it until January. But if we did that, it would have cut the cost even more. So again, it's just about having options when no other options exist the traditional way.
Gotcha.
And we teach a little mini lesson on one-way arbitrage in the guides section of our Facebook group, our free Facebook group, JGoop Village.
Right.
That's in section 5 of the guides section.
I love how you know all these, by the way, because there's a lot of them too.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this for a while. So again, yes, this is the free group. And so if you go right up to the top of the page here, you'll see the guide section, and it has all the great titles, and you can jump in on that too.
So before we proceed, let's make sure we've got a few very important things ironed out. You don't want to claim this bonus, or you do want to jump right on this. This 100,000 point promotion ends December 7th, and 100,000 points gets you 80% of the way to Companion Pass. Really important note. Companion Pass takes 125,000 points. Those are pretty hard to earn the traditional way. Piece of cake to earn with a Southwest sign-up bonus. We'll come back to that. The other thing is it's very important to not spend $2,000, because that's what gets you your first massive amount of points. Don't spend that before January 1st. Mm-hmm. Or Or at least if you're going to spend it, verify when your statement date is. But to be safe, just don't spend the money. Don't spend the full $2,000 until after January 1st. Because the last thing you want, and trust me, if you go on forums like in a couple weeks, you're going to see a ton of people who are like, I just lost a year of Companion Pass because they earned it at the end of December. Happens every year. Don't do that. Because you will literally, and they won't extend it. You can't call and say, I messed up. I didn't know my statement date was December 25th. Sorry.
And I'm going to jump in real quick because I have a couple people here like, get to it. I've got a meeting at 3. Well, guess what? You can watch this in replay, which is great. And Joel, I love that you're starting off. We are talking about the Companion Pass, but you're giving these cautionary words to it because a lot of people would be like, how do I get the Companion Pass? And they're going to miss this information, which could completely undo the whole point of this. So definitely I appreciate these words of caution. And I also like those scary signs you have there.
And I feel like sharing, a little bit about the lounge philosophy. The reason we started this as a coaching group is because I was a blogger for 4 years. Mm-hmm. I had hundreds of thousands of email subscribers. I gave this information away for free in the form of email and blog posts and so on. And it's very difficult stuff. You can't just get to it. That's like saying, I'm going to Mexico next month and I need to be fluent. So let's get to it. Help me be fluent in Spanish when you don't speak a stitch of Spanish. It doesn't work that way. And if you'd rather do that, if you'd rather get the bullet points, go read the points guy. Go read 1 Mile at a Time, View from the Wing. I have a video about places you can go and find the information. What we do is teach you in look over my shoulder style because blog posts don't work. We get emails from people all the time. I tried this. I didn't understand how it worked. So you can always come back and watch the replay. Mm-hmm. And if that's not your learning style, that's cool too. Go watch the 10 sites video and we'll tell you other places that might be better for your learning style.
Yes. Thank you for that. And then back on your point that you just made about not on that spend, Amber says, do not cross that line before the ball drops in New York. Exactly.
There we go. Oh, that's a nice way to remember it.
Boom. Thank you, Amber.
Just another cautionary thing, and this is just more common sense point hacking. We're not endorsing like irresponsible use of credit cards. Do not overspend. Don't buy stuff that you don't need just to earn points. That's not wise. It's not even wise to pay fees. Even 1%. If you pay a 1% fee on your spend, all you're doing is buying those points for a penny a piece, which isn't bad, but it's not nearly as fun as just slowly and strategically earning them for free.
It's kind of treading water a little bit.
Along the same lines, do not carry a balance. Those interest fees will kill you and completely defeat the purpose. Yeah. The best way to not carry a balance, don't spend money that you don't have. Don't spend money that you can't write a check for at the end of the statement period.
Yeah.
And then again, this is very important. And this is something we preach in the lounge that you might not hear elsewhere. The Southwest card in itself is a very mediocre credit card by itself. And so don't just go get this because 100,000 points sound like a lot of points. You can do so much better. In fact, we have a link of cards that can do so much better at jgoot.com/cards. So don't go and get the Southwest Companion Pass or the Southwest card just for the points. What we're teaching here is how to get maximum value out of those points. And that's a very mediocre card. And I see Eric's here. We'll bring him on in a minute to talk about that. But don't do this unless you're going to go for Companion Pass. So with that said, let's bring Eric on. Eric can kind of share his experience.
I got him.
Can you pull him?
Here he is.
I see me on there. Can you hear me?
Hey, Eric.
I can.
Hey, guys.
Looking and sounding good, my friend.
Okay,
good to see you.
Eric, tell us a little bit about you. Where you from? What you do?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'm out of Indianapolis. It's a big Southwest hub. I'm a firefighter. My wife is a nurse. So we are fortunate with one of those atypical schedules that does give us a bit of free time, some extra travel. We are definitely one of those people that fell in love with Southwest. It initially came, we had an unforeseen spend, turning in a lease vehicle, and all of a sudden we got hit with these fees. And then somebody suggested, well, if you get this Southwest card, you'll at least get a round trip out of it. And so that's how we first kind of fell in love with Southwest. And then ever since then, we've just been learning a little bit here, lots from watching, just being a part of the village on how to do things a little bit better. And then we hit that companion pass, and we're not looking back since. We're now on our, I think, 4th or 5th year possibly of having the companion pass. So we absolutely love it.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, so yeah, I don't know how much of this you got to watch beforehand, but I mean, it's not just about like free trips here and there. It solves travel problems.
I agree.
That otherwise can't be solved.
I agree completely. I even chimed in on one of them. That's kind of how I realized once I learned more about our long-term goal, even when we had it, even before I became a lounge member, was to use that for, you mentioned positioning flights. And that's exactly what we had in our mind. We have done a bit of international travel, but that was always our plan. We knew that Southwest could get us to wherever we wanted to go for those long haul flights. So that was always important to us as well. And for a while, we thought that was all that we would really need. As long as we had the companion pass, we're good. Wasn't sure about all the extra stuff and that sort of stuff. But I think that you and I, Joel, talked this past winter about doing it. And I was like, I don't know. I think maybe not right now. It's not the best time. We love our companion pass. We use all of our spending on that. And so we pretty much were all in. Every dollar was going on Southwest. But one of the two things really changed my mind was we were one of those people that have it every year. So we didn't get that overlap of time. You were talking about how January is the big time. So that way you get it all of the reward year and then the following year. Well, we were already in one of our years this summer. So we had it for all of 2021, but then we earned it in July or August of this year. I think it was July.
Right.
But we already had it for all of this year. So it's kind of overlapping. So we said, what can we do differently, with all these points? And I remember that conversation that we had, that maybe I could use some of those points for a hotel or a rental or whatever, that they're kind of stuck in one spot. And then we also had our fall trip is usually our bigger trip that my wife and I take for birthday/anniversary. And we were looking to go to Costa Rica, another international trip. So between those two decisions, what was the best way that we could maximize our everyday spend? We're firm believers as well. We're not going to go out and buy extravagant purchases. It really was our debit card is what we considered. We didn't spend one more dollar than what we had in the bank. And that's all we did. We paid off every week or two. So same kind of spending, we just transferred a little bit. And one of my biggest regrets, and you and I have laughed and joked about it, is, man, I wish I would have done it 2 weeks sooner. Because when I was really starting to get into the courses, that was right when we were leaving to go to Costa Rica. And even then I was still able to apply a lot of the new things that I had learned, as far as maximizing my multipliers and that sort of stuff. But man, had I just a month sooner, especially known about Hyatt Globalist, just a couple of weeks sooner, instead of staying at the Hyatt place, who knows, maybe I could have been in the junior presidential suite or something along those lines. So I do kick myself a little bit that we didn't do it sooner, but it's been nothing but great. I love talking to the other Southwest expert. I felt we're very in line. She was one to turn me on to, and this is one of those brag trips. I think we joked about it one night where we just need to get on the lounge, maybe happy hour, and just talk about our brag trips. Well, mine is Hawaii. I'm one of those people that were fortunate enough to grab the Southwest sale. That I talked to Stephanie about it. She turned me on to, I think, like a $300 round trip flight to Hawaii out of Nashville. If I could just reposition myself to Nashville, $300. I've got the companion pass, worked hard. We were going to go for $300. Looked at the sale, was playing around with it, looking to see because it was for 72 hours. Didn't know if it was going to end at 12 midnight, 12:01. I re-looked, found out of Midway, used a love voucher that we had. I ended up getting 2 round trip tickets to Hawaii out of Chicago Midway for like $124 round trip, thanks to the lounge. You know, a lot of the things that I tell everybody about is all the help, additional help that I get. You talk about piggybacking. I think Stephanie was the one who's looking for a trip for herself. That you mentioned her trip or whatever. I piggybacked her trip. She was telling me about the deals in the lounge, and that was how I was able to find that one.
Right.
That really hit for somebody. Well, I live in Nashville and my husband and I want to go to Hawaii. So that's pretty awesome. Also, apparently we have a lot of Royals fans here. So your swag is working.
All right.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
Eric,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you basically, like, in January you were kind of saying, I think I'm good. I know enough to get around, and then back in September you decided to join the lounge. Like, what would you say to someone who's already, a pretty savvy traveler, knows some tricks and stuff? What would you say to someone who's like on the fence and thinks, I don't really need any help in that category?
Well, I think that's where you think that that you're a pretty savvy traveler. And I did. I really thought that I knew quite a bit. I was very comfortable. We were taking, 8 trips a year, finding good flights on Southwest and companion pass. No, I'm good, Joel. No, I'm good. But now I realize that's only one segment of what I know. I know a little bit about this little bit. Whereas with the lounge, we've got a points person, we've got international travel. We have learning about types of planes and it's not, there's not one expert. It's this whole team of experts then chime in and tell you the best way to do this. And you can piggyback that. And I still take notes because even though I thought that I knew a lot, I'm still taking notes. So that's one thing. You may know a lot, but it may just be about one small section. And then you've got so many other people who know that same small section. You put them all together, and that's a vast amount of knowledge.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, we're having an emergency meeting today. Kira, our shopping expert, is talking about how to get 10 to 50 times more out of your Christmas shopping that you're going to be spending money on anyway. I'm taking notes in that section.
You better believe I'll be watching that one.
Yeah, me too. Anything Rakuten, the whole, all of it, it's going to be good. Yeah. So awesome.
Well, Eric, thank you so much
Eric.
for joining in, sharing your
anytime.
Southwest experience for the shameless plug for the lounge.
That's right. Just get out of town.
And thanks for
so much,
keeping
Eric.
everybody safe in your hometown. We appreciate you.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. You bet.
All right. Bye.
All right. And Joel, I'm going to put this back up here. We'll do the giveaway. And then Brooke has been sending me a whole list of all the good questions. There's so many comments here.
Cool.
So I want to take some time. We may go a little bit longer today, folks, because we have a lot to say. Welcome to my world.
All right. We beat this one to death. This should be an easy one. First, fastest fingers win. When should you not get a sign-up bonus if pursuing Companion Pass?
Lots of comments.
Oops, new comments. I don't see that.
No, just comments in general.
So you should not get it before. Let's see. Lots of correct answers. We're looking for the first one. I think we got it. So
yeah, I can't tell here. So
Brooke or Jordan or Kevin will reach out to our first answer.
Nice. And I know it's a little unceremonious, but since if we can't see your name, and I have this at the bottom, streamyard.com/Facebook, but not to worry, we'll find you. We're good at that. Brooke's really good at that. She'll find you. All right, Diane, always have good luck with Southwest. That's awesome. All right, what else do we have, Joel?
So the big thing, let's put the jgootcard.com/cards link up. So let's just recap. This is it. This isn't all that complicated. Basically, you're looking for where'd it go?
I don't know.
My arbitrage. But we're gonna have to wing it. The slide I had.
Oh yeah, it was back a little bit. Bear with us, everybody.
Well, I had another one that piggybacked off of this.
The
But
arbitrage one?
we'll just have to summarize it.
Okay.
So basically, you want to do two things. You want to go to well, we would appreciate it if you went to jgoot.com/cards. From there, you will find the Southwest link. That will take you to Southwest current promotion. Basically, you spend $2,000, you get 50,000 points. Do not spend that 2,000 before January 1st. Or because you earn it sooner, you lose a whole year of that companion pass. After that, gosh, I'm sorry, I lost the slides for that. But after, you're going to spend another 10. So you have, after that initial one, you got 90 days to spend $2,000. The sooner you spend it, the sooner you earn those points. After that, you got a full year to spend a total of 12,000 on that card. The sooner you spend that, the sooner you get 100,000 points. So you're basically at 112,000 points, and you need 125,000 to earn companion pass. So basically, you have to spend 13,000 more dollars. Now, there are plenty of ways that you can do that. You don't have to actually spend the money. You can refer friends. In fact, just like this, if you go to jgoot.com/cards, our experts will earn 20,000 points for referring a friend. So when you start doing this, you tell a friend, you get 20,000 points. There you go. You're at Companion Pass.
Right.
They have stuff called manufactured spending. In fact, in January, we are doing a manufactured spend masterclass. Manufactured spend means you basically spend money that you get reimbursed on. That could be done through gift cards. It can be done through paying your mortgage on your credit card through a service called Plastique. There are about half a dozen ways that you can go and spend $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to hit a sign-up bonus or to hit that critical 125,000 points.
Joel, wasn't our event, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? It's a blur. We talked about that, about different ways that you can go ahead. So we'll pop a link in here too of different ways you can use your credit card. You had some really great, and that I know that was on Chase, but still, I think a lot of this apply here too.
Yep. Yeah, you can do your holiday spending on the card. Again, be careful not to hit 2,000 before end of the year, but you can do some of that so that you'll be that much closer to that first goal. So there are all sorts of things that you can do to spend that 25,000 critical amount. And you've got a full year to do it. So take your time. There's no rush to do it by January. You still got all of 2022 and all of 2023 to use the benefit once you earn it.
I'm going to throw a little, as they call, spanner in the works, because I like this question and I want to throw this in here, and then we're gonna put that in there. Seems there's a promotion that we can't pass up every couple months. I jumped at Hyatt. I did too. Can't really jump again. What's the right strategy here?
That's a very good point, and that's why our checkpoint 2 is probably our most popular coaching session with one of our experts. It's very common, and it's very hard not to be overwhelmed, especially in a world where most of the people in this space are compensated by giving you referrals. So by sending you to certain cards, they get compensated, and every card under the sun seems like it's the latest, greatest thing. We try to choose our battles a little more carefully.
We do.
And it's a matter of choosing your battles. You don't need to constantly chase sign-up bonuses. You need whatever fits your needs. And if Southwest isn't your hub, maybe you don't need this. If you don't care about first class flights, if you've got a family of 5, Southwest might be great, but for visiting friends and family around the country, because that's normally expensive. You can actually, part of our masterclass that Stephanie will be teaching next week includes how to get 2 companion passes. So a father and a mother can both get companion passes and name one of their kids as their companions, and take for a family of 4 or 5, with 2 of them being free every time you travel.
Yep.
So again, it's largely about picking your battles. We also we very much stress getting the right cards in the right order. That's why I said, don't run out and get this card if you're just going to do it for 100,000 points. We can show you a lot more valuable points with other cards than the Southwest card alone. Only go for this card if you're going to pursue the companion pass, because that doubles the value of your points and the flights that you pay cash for. So it's really about choosing your battles of, do you need this? My own parents have like apologized to me multiple times going, yeah, we're not really in on the Hyatt thing. Like that kind of ostentatious luxury is not our thing. That's cool.
It sure is mine. And that's okay. We have all different types of travelers. And listen, if you are watching this, either obviously right now live or in the replay, keep an eye on all the comments as well, because we have experts that are answering questions. You'll see everybody answering each other too. So don't just listen in, try and also look at the comments too, because there's going to be a lot of good answers. And I love how Stephanie said each promo is different and mine only work for certain people's travel style, which is what you just said. You don't have to jump at every promo. This is a good one if you want to fly domestically often and with a partner, or again with the getting those flights that will take you to your flight out of the country. If you have room on your 524, we do have and we do have somebody had mentioned about their credit not being great. We do have a whole show about building credit, and then the 524. Joel, pop through that real quickly because it's such a great concept.
So it's a very, very important rule that Chase has, and Chase basically says, we will not give you one of our extremely valuable credit cards if you've applied for more than 5 cards in the last 24 months, whether that's a Chase card, an Amex card, a Lowe's or a Home Depot card. Any credit card counts against that, and Chase, that takes away an extremely valuable card that Chase gives. And this is why I also say don't burn a 524 slot on the Southwest card just because they're giving 100,000 points away. The points themselves aren't that valuable. What's valuable is the second person free.
Honestly, Joel, I probably won't do let me just put it out that the Southwest, because I already have done the Chase Sapphire and I've done the Hyatt. I don't really need a companion to fly with me right now. I'm all good. So I might wait. So that's me choosing these battles in 2.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You want to pick those very carefully. None of our experts have like binders full of credit cards. Most of us have 2 or 3 core cards that we use that work best for us. There is no universal, after the first couple cards, which we recommend at chegoot.com/cards, there is no universal answer. And you have to decide what works best for you. And that's kind of why we have a coaching program. And, our goal is to teach you to fish, not give you a fish. If you want to just be handed a fish, go call a travel agent. Or just keep, traveling the way you do. But we teach you strategies that are evergreen, that to move on to kind of how we help in our paid coaching group. It's a paid coaching program. We have multiple experts who can help, and we teach guaranteed strategies to fly in first or business class for less than most people on the exact same plane will pay for coach seats. We do the same with 4- and 5-star resorts for less than what most people pay for budget lodging. And these are guaranteed strategies that we teach. We have individual coaches that you can set up office hours with and, decide what strategy works best for you. Because there are hundreds of combinations of strategies. It depends on your travel lifestyle, your family size, where in the country you live, where you prefer to travel to, how comfortable you are having more than, 1 or 2 credit cards, etc. So that's just a little plug. If you're interested in our coaching program, type interested. We can chat with you. We can learn about your travel lifestyle, tell you if it's even a fit. It's not, it's not an inexpensive program. It's a semi-customizable program based on your needs. And we'll tell you if it's a fit. And if it's not a fit, we'll tell you what free resources we have that will be a better fit. Because our goal, just like this webinar, is to help people travel more. To have people quit saying, I wish I traveled more. It kills me when they say that, because it's like, I know how you could do it. But it does take a change in mindset on how you do it. And that's what our coaching program is for.
which I love. So and that's the thing too. It's not a fit for everybody. So, and we do have, like Joel said, we have free things as well too, that you can dip your toe in, see if it's a fit, because many people then, Eric was talking about it, like wasn't really sure, kind of had his lifestyle going on over here and then made the jump, and then they've changed completely on how they travel, which is great too.
Yeah.
And yes, we are going to get some questions, folks. So no worries.
Yeah. We're kind of wrapping up this portion early. So
Antonio,
we can get to
I
questions.
want it all too. Thank you. No worries on me. Me too. I join you on that.
So real quick, just final, description of what the lounge is above and beyond what the village is. The village gives you, it'll show you how to save money. The lounge, our focus is showing you how to multiply your travel dollars. So the village, plenty of tips and tricks that you can show you how to turn instead of spending $5,000 a year, spend $1,000 and get the exact same vacations. The lounge will show you how to take a $5,000 a year budget, drop that to 2 or 3, and get first class travel that normally costs 3 to 10 times as much. So, for example, we're literally doing a holiday shopping masterclass today, and we're going to show you how to get 5 to 10 times as many points out of your holiday spending. We're going in January. We're doing a manufactured spending topic, because a lot of people, maybe you just want to do that to get a little more spend, to get that companion pass sooner or whatever. This week, Stephanie's diving deeper into different ways to use your new Southwest card to earn the companion pass faster without spending additional money, or how to do it as a business owner instead. So lots of different ways to tackle that goal. And then probably the coolest thing is we call it our bookshelf series. And we have master classes on how to plan a $20,000 to $50,000 vacation to Tahiti, to Bora Bora, to Maldives in overwater bungalows. We have master classes on how to plan a $20,000 to $50,000 African safari on points and do it for $1,000 to $3,000. Masterclass on all-inclusives, those are like piece of cake. Like we have so many members that just go to all-inclusives now for far less than what most people pay for budget lodging.
Gotcha.
And of course, the big prize is flying in those elusive private suites. Andy is our ultra luxe expert. He's been a globalist for I don't know how many years, but a lot, especially considering how young he is. It's a large portion of his life.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's got highest status with Hyatt, with United, with all the airlines. And he has a masterclass on how to fly in a private suite. He's actually who I hired 3 years ago to up my travel game. I've been traveling on points for 20 years. I didn't know what I didn't know until I hired him. And 6 months after hiring him, Michelle and I were flying in a private suite on Singapore Air. I now recruited him to be a coach inside Jagut Lounge. So you can get access to him for a lot less than what I've paid Andy.
It really shares a lot too, which is amazing. All right.
So why don't we get to some questions? We've got that'll get some more entries for our final savings card giveaway. And let's answer any of those.
Yes, that would be great. So what I'm going to do is actually read these because Brooke sent me a list of them and they're so far up. So if you don't, I'm not going to pull them up since it's so far up, but let me just read some. So Maria Schultz from way in the beginning said, is this only for a new card?
So a new card is the way you do it. Another thing that we're covering in the masterclass that I'll just give a free tip away right now. If you are, if you're married or in a relationship, if one of you has the companion pass, the other of you can get it the next year. So a lot of times you can basically like let yours lapse and then your significant other can get the card too. So any sign up bonuses, any credit cards, any points earned, you're two individuals. It doesn't matter if you're in the same household, you can both go after them. But yes, you do need to get the new card. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to hit that spend. It's doable. And that's something that actually we covered earlier this year on how to do that. One of our members actually put a presentation together and basically described how he earned Companion Pass without depending on sign-up bonuses whatsoever. So totally doable. But today's topic is, just go get the easy 100,000 points for 112,000 points for 12,000 in spend, and you're 90% to Companion Pass. How you finish that off? You can just spend another 13 grand. You can do manufactured spend. You can refer one friend. You can refer your spouse. You're at Companion Pass.
Hey, while we're talking, could you pull up that and we'll answer some more questions? Will you pull up that slide that had the kind of the do's and don'ts with the, kind of the warning ones? Sure. I'd love for you guys to be able to see that as we're talking, because I think people get like, but tell me how I get this. And these are really important. There you go. Don't wait to claim. The bonus ends on December 7th, right? Don't spend $2,000 before January 1st. So you guys keep that in mind. Here's another question from Michelle Corthier Beard. Does this strategy additionally earn you A-list status?
No, it doesn't. Actually, it takes actual flight segments. If you get the business card, your spend can go towards A-list status, but the personal card doesn't go towards A-list status.
Gotcha.
You have to do actual butt and seat miles.
Hey, quick question. What is manufactured spending?
So that is where you spend money on your credit card for the purpose of hitting a goal. Mm-hmm. In Southwest case, hitting 125,000 points. Mm-hmm. Sometimes with a new card, you might have to spend $5,000 on the card to get 100,000 points, which is a huge multiplier. And sometimes it's worth your while to manufacture some of that spend. Gotcha. Basically, putting expenses that you might not normally put on your card on it to earn that spend. And then you get reimbursed, or you can buy stuff that you get 100% rebates. You can buy and resell gift cards. There are just little strategies you use to push yourself over the edge. Mm-hmm. Now, a word of caution, don't do that just to earn the points. It doesn't, and remember, because you usually pay a little bit of fees for that.
Right.
Well worth it to pay, a 2 or 3% fee to spend an extra $5,000 to hit Companion Pass in February instead of July. Mm-hmm. Well worth it for the couple percent on $5,000. Not worth it to just go and spend $25,000 that has fees.
Right. And here's somebody that it may not be a fit for. Judith, thanks for tuning in. I rarely fly Southwest, so would this be beneficial? And I'm a widow. She may want to save that for another deal if that's not going to be something that would be. So don't feel, again, that was a great question to have. Oh my gosh, there's always something. Yes, there is. So you really need to check in with yourself and see if that's going to be the best thing for you. Someone else had said, oh shoot, I can't find it. That they didn't have Southwest in their airport. Mm-hmm. We don't have Southwest, hey Marie, in our airport. So they could either use that for getting flights that were, the closest airport that it does fly into, but I don't know if that would be worth it for her. Southwest doesn't fly out of their airport.
Yeah, it might not.
Yeah. See, we don't have all the answers, but we try.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of why I announced the topic as Southwest. So for people who don't live, several of our experts don't live near a Southwest hub. They don't use Southwest. Yeah. So you choose your battles, you choose the best cards for your needs. And if you don't have a regular travel companion, probably not even worth pursuing. I would not get the Southwest card just for this 100,000 sign-up bonus.
Yep. Now,
those
Don and Jeff
aren't all that valuable by themselves. They're only valuable when you double them in value with Companion Pass.
And might be fighting words for some of the folks that love Southwest, but as you said earlier, Southwest is not necessarily by itself the best credit card. Now, we love Chase for how the points are used. Now, here's somebody, Donna Jeffrey, before knowing this, my husband had just got a Southwest card recently, and we ordered a new refrigerator last Friday. Have we messed up this opportunity?
Well, most
you always have that new fridge.
Plenty of most people have plenty of places that they can find the spend. We did a topic 2 weeks ago on how to use this strategy when you're anticipating a big spend coming up. But yeah, after you spend the points, it's you got to find another place to spend it.
Yes, and I love this comment. I'm not sure that was, but saying, Judith, only get the card if you would use the perks. That's another way to look at it too. Nancy Kerr Hopkins says, why wouldn't you use the 100,000 points from Southwest to get a couple of positioning flights rather than getting a companion ticket?
You can. Again, I'm just saying that Southwest points are typically only worth 1 to 2 cents a piece. No more, no less. Chase Ultimate Rewards points can be worth 3 cents, 5 cents, 25 cents. That private suite.
Yep.
This was a $12,000 suite that I used 50,000 points on. You can't do that with Southwest points. So there are plenty of places, Chase Ultimate Rewards, Amex membership rewards, if you really have to, Capital One points. Those all have the potential of being exponentially more valuable than Southwest points by themselves. Does that mean that you shouldn't get the Southwest card? I don't advise getting it unless it's for Companion Pass, because then that 1 to 2 cents instantly doubles to 2 to 4 cents in value. 4 cents is nothing to sneeze at. It's 4 times better than what Warren Buffett can do with cash back.
Here we go again with Warren Buffett.
Hey, he's gonna call me one of these days.
He is. We're gonna shame him into calling us with all this good information. Seriously.
So remember, the big thing here, we did another topic on this, penny per point. That's a minimum threshold. You never, ever, ever want to redeem points for less than a penny a piece. Even Southwest, like if you're only getting a penny a piece, like if you have to use 20,000 points for a $200 flight, save it. Pay the cash, save the points for later. Because, they vary in value. Points aren't just always a penny a piece. Sometimes you can get way more.
Listen to this crafty piece of advice from Antonio. Return the fridge and buy it again. It might already be installed and full in your house. So, take your chances on that one too. Listen, let me remind you too that everybody, as you're listening to this, Stephanie is in here. We have all of our experts, Brooke, all of our different folks that are answering questions. So make sure to take a look at the comments as well. We have one more question from Avrit Bhavanani. He says, just jumped on. What's the benefit of doing a biz card over a personal? I understand as a sole proprietor, I can apply for both. Only interested in it looks like Chase preferred, but that was his question.
Yeah, very, very good question. Very high level question. That's something that we're covering. I mean, it's a topic in itself. The good news is you can get both, and both count towards Companion Pass. You can't get 2 business cards and have them count. You can't get 2 personal cards and have them count, but you can get 1 personal and 1 business and meet the minimum spend, and you have way more than enough points to do Companion Pass.
Yes.
You can also
do Companion Pass, not CP. Thank you.
If you I lost my train of thought. If you spend a lot, the business card might be better. The other advantage of the business card is it doesn't count against 524. Google it. Chase 524 rule if you don't know if you came late, you don't know what that means, or rewatch this webinar. But yeah, so there are a bunch of moving parts to that, and that's a bit more of an advanced topic. But yes, you can get a business card as well. There are pros and cons to that that you have to evaluate for your own needs.
Gotcha. Amber says, just want to point out, you keep the points after you've earned the Companion Pass. In other words, once you've earned the Companion Pass, you also have a minimum of 125,000 points in your Southwest account to use for flights. There's a lot of good bells and whistles to this.
Yeah. You don't have to spend the points to get Companion Pass. So you have 125,000 points, and then they double in value because you get to take your companion for free.
All right, we're going to wrap this up here. That's been a lot of good ones. I hope that answered a lot of questions. We're going to give another savings card away, and then we're going to wrap up. Tell me real quick what's coming up in the lounge. And I know we've got something. Is that starting in a half an hour in the lounge with that holiday shopping?
It is.
Okay. So even if you're not signed up, if you get signed up soon, these are all in the replay too. So everything we've talked about, you didn't miss out. You can still get in. I meant to do,
we'll do this anyway. I meant to save this for another one, but this is a reward for people who have watched our other webinars. So one last question, then we'll do our drawing. So however many commenters we have, The first to answer this: how can you get private airport lounge access even if flying a Southwest flight that doesn't have first class? So this was not shared on this webinar, was shared in plenty of other ones that you can find in the guides section of JGoot Village. So there we go. Marie. Oh, nope. Actually, Heather beat Marie to it. The Sapphire Reserve or the Amex Platinum will get you into airport lounges as long as you have an outbound flight, regardless of class. So some fine print to the Sapphire Reserve and Priority Pass. Some airports require that be a first class flight, but we'll give that one to Heather.
Nice.
Other perks of having those premium credit cards is that lounge access. That can pay the lounge access and the free food, the free drinks, the free airport food, the free expensive airport drinks. That can pay for the membership fee in itself.
It does. You get one taste of that, one visit, and you're so set. By the way, this question got answered, but I did like that. Hold on a second. Can I transfer points from Chase Preferred to Southwest for the companion pass? So of course it got answered, but I thought that was interesting because no, you cannot transfer Chase to Southwest.
Well, actually, you can transfer from Chase to Southwest. You can't transfer from Southwest back to Chase. This is also why we recommend, like we have a class on why we start with Chase Preferred, why we start with Amex before Southwest. There are, again, individual rules that you have to apply for yourself.
So backwards on this one then, too, because no, you have to earn directly from Southwest. It's just that you can't, you can't transfer it back.
For the companion pass, that's correct.
Okay.
You can use them for flights. You can't, but points transferred from Chase do not count towards companion pass.
Ooh, okay. Gotcha.
See, again, all these little rules.
I know,
and that's why you want to
this.
be very careful about the cards you choose, because every card has rules. And when you learn them inside and out, it's worth exponentially more than just having a card that gets a penny a point or a penny per dollar and then redeemed for a penny a point. That's boring. The fun is in learning the rules of the cards that you have in your wallet, making sure you have the right cards in your wallet, and getting 5, 10, 25 times more out of those points than everyone who thinks they know everything about, the lucky card that they've had in their wallet for 20 years. I was one of those people. And
lucky card.
I mean, we stick with stuff because we're comfortable, but when you kind of change it up, there's so much more value when you learn how to use and manipulate points.
It can be uncomfortable too. All right, so you ready to give that away? Look I'm going to even show the screen. Here's my random number generator. You ready? Mm-hmm. Drum roll, please, Joel.
650 comments?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ready? Bam! 553. That's going to take us a while to count those.
Unfortunately, we can count down, so that'll be easier. That's better than like 250 or 300.
Yes. And we have one more. Let's just throw in one more question that's not even about Southwest, but just for giggles, and then we're going to get out of here. What's the difference between Chase Sapphire Preferred and Reserved?
So the biggest difference are the perks. The Reserve is a premium card. That's the one that comes with lounge access. It does cost $550 a year, but we like to advise that those aren't so much annual fees as much as prepaying expenses that you would pay anyway. You get $300 in travel credit. So any travel you put, parking fees, Uber, Lyft, flights, taxis, anything travel related, you get $300 back. You get lounge access. You get global entry reimbursement. You get far more than $500 in value. The preferred is only $100 a year. Gets slightly more points, but it doesn't get all the same perks. Again, personal choice. Either card being in your wallet is an excellent card to start with. In fact, that's almost always our first recommended card. Even though they just stopped with the 100,000 promo, and you can now you only get 50 or 60, still well worth it. I would still get one of the Sapphire cards before I would get a Southwest card if I wasn't going for companion pass.
There you go. I like that. Somebody even said, yeah, $60 DoorDash. Absolutely. All right. Well, that was fun. We will see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you learned something fun today. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Happy travels.
Exactly.